Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast, Tennessee Titans Weekly. Jacques,
Oh,
Jacques,
oh,
what's up, folks? What is going on? Good morning, good afternoon. As you all know, the Tennessee Titans with the loss today against the Indianapolis Colts, 38-30. The Tennessee Titans now are 3-12, man. The third worst team in the league record-wise as of today. A big loss against the Colts. The Colts was smashing us early, but the Titans did come back in a valiant effort in the second half. But Jacques, at the end of the day, man, we lost this game, Jacques.
man. Now, facts. Yep.
Yep.
Nothing new.
Nothing new.
Nothing new.
Yeah, man. Another just well, for those that are just tuning in to us, man, listen, you can follow us here on Bleacher Report at Lorenzo_the Hawk. You can follow Jacques at Jacques Merrill. We're on YouTube at Tennessee Titans Weekly. We're on Apple. We're on Spotify. We're on Twitter, Titans Weekly 24/7. And on Instagram at Tennessee Titans Weekly. We are in those internet streets. So, Jacques, let's get cooking, bro.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, as I mentioned, the Tennessee Titans with a big loss today, 38-30 in the AFC South matchup here. Big win for the Colts as they're trying to make the playoffs. They're the 8th seed, so their playoff hopes are still alive. But ours has been done for a while now as we take another loss, another punch in the chin. So I'm sure we can go all day, man, on the reasons why the Tennessee Titans lost. But give us one big reason today. And we have that poll question out there as well. Why the Tennessee Titans lost against the Indianapolis Colts.
Well, the biggest reason is the run defense. Run defense was horrible today. Like, the run defense was because the Colts didn't pass a lot. Now, when they did pass, they were efficient. They did that wasn't efficient. They were in the right place at the right time, if that makes sense, right? But from a run defense perspective, it was horrible. JT had 258 yards to what 250 or 260.
He had 218, man.
Okay, yeah,
218
218. I think I want to say AR had what 50 something,
70 yards
70
rushing.
yards. That's unexcusable. Okay, and Jeffrey Simmons talks about they don't run on us, blah 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 blah. No, they ran amok on us today. Like they ran ramp shy. That's what they did. And JT did his thing. We act like we couldn't tackle. It was horrible showing. It's just embarrassing. So yeah, that's the main reason we really lost this game. And then on offense, of course, doing offensive things, starting slow, turnovers, you ain't being efficient, play calling iffy. So that means it's a deja vu thing again, but at least we were competitive at the end. But that's the main reason. What about you, Hawk?
Yeah, Jacques, facts, no paper. There were reasons why. And I'm not trying to copycat or carbon copy what you're saying, but honestly, man, it was the run defense at the end of the day. That's why we lost this football game. We were unable to control the Indianapolis Colts. Jonathan Taylor, again, 29 carries, 218 yards. That's 7.5 yards a carry. He had 3 touchdowns. Who had him if you had him in fantasy football, man, put that in the comment section, man, because you probably won your playoff game today on that alone. Anthony Richardson, he threw the football like I did today, but, man, he ran the ball very well, too. And he had a career high in rushing at 70 yards, 7.8 yards, and a touchdown. So when you look overall at the actual running game, 335 yards rushing today for the Colts, right? They had 19 first downs, and then you look at time of possession, they had the ball for 33 minutes. So they controlled the football game. They did. And by running the ball, our defense historically has been a very good run defense. Even this season has been pretty well on run defense. Not today, man. Not today. Jonathan Taylor had his way running the ball. Our first half was poor tackling. We gave up, I felt, in the first half. I felt like we were just like, hey, man, look, just whatever, right? But second half, we did play better, but still the Indianapolis Colts ran all over us today, man. It was embarrassing. Even Trey Sermon, any running back that was out there, Tyler Goodson, they all ran the ball very well today. So I was really shocked to see that. Or maybe it's the end of the season blues. They just don't care. That's how they played in the first half. The run defense was horrible. That's the main reason why we lost this game, man.
All right. Well, Brian Callahan came out. He had a big rant. Well, not even call it a rant. It was a justified rant that his team was playing soft. Did the Titans play soft today?
It was a tale of two halves. First half, absolutely, they played soft. They played as soft as Debbie pound cakes, bro. They were as soft as Charmin tissue paper the first half, okay? When you look at the first half, when you look at the scoring again, 24-7 going into halftime. All that was running, wasn't throwing. Anthony Richardson only threw the ball 5 times. They ran the ball the entire first half on us and basically said, what you going to do about it? Now, T'Vondre Sweat got hurt. He got poked in the eye and missed a lot of the first half. So I don't know if that might have been a part of it because T'Vondre Sweat is a problem. He is going to be a great player in this league. But we played like straight Charmin early in the game. I do feel like in the second half, I do feel like we made a turnaround. I do feel like we played tough. We did not give up. So I think we played total opposite in the second half. So I'm going to say somewhat soft, softer than what we usually play. We haven't played like that all season to giving up the run. So I'm going to say we're not as soft as what at least it was portrayed, but I'm going to say we could have been better in that regard. So what about you, Jacques?
I mean, again, not to carbon copy, but I mean, again, the first half was horrible. A horrible showing of just effort, and you can tell it was one of those things where you missed T'Vondre Sweat. He's a pivotal key in the middle, and when you took him out, it really showed. So again, from the soft element in the first half, yes, I think they kind of picked it up, or maybe the Colts kind of slowed down a little bit and kind of got a little cocky and let the Titans do what they do. But I'm gonna say this: soft, not all the way, but when you lose T Sweat, I think that's when they lost the energy from the run game perspective. So that's for me. So I say
Yeah.
somewhat, not all the way, but somewhat. When you lose T Sweat, well, you notice when they got him back, the run game kind of slowed down a little bit, right? So
Yeah. Facts, no paper, Jacques. Absolutely, dude. The T'Vondre Sweat was a big loss, man, in the first half. It seemed like that changed everything, Jacques. Looks
mhm,
like, you know what I mean? Yeah,
mhm,
yeah. Yeah, for sure, for sure. So, Jacques,
mm.
we have 2 more games left this season, right? We got 2 more. And the biggest issue I felt all season, if I had to put it on a pie graph, I'd say probably 45% of our issues this year has been to play at the quarterback position. Now, with only 2 games left, you still got a healthy Will Levis out there. You got Mason Rudolph, who just played today. Mason Rudolph, 23 for 34, 252 and 2 touchdowns and 3 picks. Should we finish the last 2 games with Mason Rudolph as our quarterback?
It don't matter. I mean, you can get the same result no matter what. Keep him out there. Put Will out there. This just doesn't matter. You're gonna get the same result. You're either gonna get one that's more chaotic. You're gonna get one that's more organized. And Mason Rudolph, who can read defenses, who gives you a shot to kind of quote unquote win the game, stay competitive. So I would say stay. You can stay with Mason, in my opinion. Stay with Mason. Why not? Because we've seen what Will has done. Will has solidified his position now. I think the game last week really showed what we got in Will. So I mean, ride with either one you get, you're not gonna win regardless, right? What we gonna win? We either gonna lose with both of them. It's been proven, right? They both give you the same result. They both gonna throw multiple interceptions. Just one Reed's defense is a little bit better. The other one is just
Yep.
a little bit more chaotic. So I say, bro, with Mason, just keep going, because you don't want that inconsistency, right? You don't want to
Right.
keep pulling this and pulling that. Say we're gonna do this and do that, and you don't. You don't. So yeah, bro with Mason. What about you, Al?
Facts, no paper, Jacques. For the last 2 games, I really do think that Callahan and the Titans are done with Will Levis. I think they're done with him. The jobs are on the line, ladies and gentlemen, and it really depends on your quarterback and in the future. Now, am I saying Mason Rudolph is the future? Absolutely not. Mason Rudolph is a career backup quarterback, right? And so, looking at that, why not finish the season with Mason Rudolph if you're done with Will Levis? If you're saying Will Levis, we're done, just keep him healthy, just keep Mason Rudolph in the game. I mean, at the end of the day, Mason Rudolph had a good game this game. You know what I'm saying? We scored 30 points, ladies and gentlemen, right? Now, the Colts defense, they're 28th in the league in defense and 30th in pass defense. But Mason Rudolph still had 252 yards passing. He had 3 interceptions. But I honestly would say 2 of the interceptions was not on him. One was a drop pass, and one he just threw it deep to end the game, right? So those are fluke picks. I thought Mason Rudolph played as well as he could. I mean, I think you got the max that you could got out of him. You stick with Mason Rudolph over against the Jags and the Colts, man. Why not, man? Keep Will Levis healthy. You try to figure out what you want to do with him next season. But with Mason Rudolph, keep him out there, man. Hey, we at least have a chance to win the football game with Mason Rudolph. And I know a lot of people have talked about if we had Mason Rudolph play all season, maybe we could have won a few more games. I actually think we could have won a few more games. Maybe at least one more game, maybe 2. So I'm keeping Mason Rudolph on the field, man. I am, for sure.
Okay. Well,
Yep.
with that being said, we got two more games left. It's the Jags and the Texans. Will we win those two games, or do you think we're gonna lose out? What you think?
We're gonna lose out. We're gonna lose out. You know what, man? I'm gonna tell you this, man. Tank it out. Take out. Tank. Tank. Take out. Tank out. I don't think we're gonna win any more games. You know, we'd be lucky to maybe beat the Jags, but you know, we did play good today as far as at least offensively. But man, again, them slow starts, man, doesn't do us well. Ladies and gentlemen, we do not have a good football team. We're last in the league in kickoff coverage. We're last in the league in punt return. Like we're last in the league in penalty in offensive line penalties. We're second in the league in penalties in general. Like we're last in the league in almost every category you can speak on. You know, like it's like mind-boggling, right? And so that lets you know, look, we're not a good team. You know, I do think that we're going to lose out every game. I said this 2 weeks ago after we lost against the Jags. Like, well, we're not winning no more games, man. We're not a good football team. I don't think we're coached extremely well. I don't think that we come prepared as well. I do think that we're not going to win any more games. I'm saying 0 games, Jacques. What about you, bro?
I don't really care, but I mean, to be honest with you, just to be honest with you, but to stick to the actual win, if we're gonna win or lose, I don't think we're gonna win anymore either. Um, just in this evaluation process, I say, man, if you can just figure out what you got in your rookies, try to stay healthy. That's all I ask for, man. Lose the game. Let's try to get a better draft position. I do want that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm on that train. Let's get a better draft position to see where we at, and let's go from there. But I don't think. I mean, the way the Jags played us the first time we had Will, Mason gives you a little bit better chance, but I still don't think right now mentally. I think they're kind of tired, so I think this is going to be one of those things that's going to start fading out. And then the Texans got they on a revenge tour, so I feel like the Texans are going to want revenge on us. That's just a feeling that I got. It's like they're
Yeah.
going to want to get us again. So I think we won't win no more games. If it happens, it happens. It don't, it don't. What about you? Yep, soda. Yep, yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Yep. So, Jacques,
Hmm.
I got to show you this, y'all. Are y'all ready to look at this image, man? All right. So this is as of today, right now, at this second. It might not finish like this at the end of the day or at the end of the Monday night, right? But right now, are y'all ready? I don't know if they're ready about this one, Jacques. Everyone talks about the 2025 NFL draft. Tank out, tank, tank, tank. That's what I'm on right now. The Tennessee Titans right now would be number 3 in the draft. Number 3 in the draft spot right now. Okay. As of right now, right? Tank it up. Tank it up. Now, Jacques, I'm going to ask you this question, and I'm going to keep this picture up here, man, because I want people to see what we're looking like, right? So, Jacques, do we have a chance, not to say finish in the top 3, I'm saying it to finish in the top 2. Given the Giants and the Las Vegas Raiders in front of us, do we have a shot?
Mm, Regarding how bad these two football teams are, hold on. The Giants just lost to the Falcons. I mean, they got destroyed by the Falcons. Okay, so let me see. I want to see something real quick. So I want to see. Hold on. Give me a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Giants. So they lost to the Falcons. Schedule. Let's see. Yeah. I just want to see the Giants schedule because that'll make my determination. So the Giants played the Colts and the Eagles.
2 losses.
The Raiders. Let's see. The Raiders play. Let's see. They play. Jags and the Raiders are playing now. Okay, so they play the Chargers and the Saints. So the Raiders, though they have a winnable game against the Saints, and the Chargers games, that's a 50-50 shot, but I think they should lose. So just going off the strength of schedule and just looking at the schedule,
Yep.
say if hypothetically the Raiders do beat the Jags today, that might bump them down a little bit.
Yep.
So we probably will have a shot, but I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say we stay between the 3 and 5 range when it comes
Okay.
to the draft because I'm looking at the Giants and the Raiders, and they're on a tankathon themselves, and they're trying to tank to get their quote unquote quarterback. So it's
Yep.
a it's a it's an arms race right now to see who can suck the most, and I think those two are in neck and neck with each other. But right now I do have some news. The Carolina Panthers just beat the Arizona Cardinals. So
Okay.
that bumps down the Carolina Panthers. Okay,
It
so
does. Yep.
yep, I know Cleveland just lost, and New England is playing the Bills today, so that's another thing that we got to pay attention to. So no, I say we still stay in between the 3 and 5 range. That's just me.
Okay.
But other than that, I just think the New York Giants and the Raiders are on a tankathon with each other. What about you, Hawk? What do you think?
Dude, I'm gonna tell you this, man. So looking at these schedules, I do not think the Giants are going to vacate the number one spot. I think they're going to play the only way I can see the Giants win is if the Eagles sit all their players down, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only hope.
They still
Okay,
can't beat the third string.
but right. They play the Colts and the Eagles next 2 games. They play the Colts in New York or in New Jersey, and they play Philly in Philly. I do think the Colts will beat the Giants. I think the Philadelphia Eagles will have their players on the bench. I think the Giants have a chance to win that game against the Eagles if all their players are down. If not, Eagles are going to destroy them. The Raiders play the Saints and the Chargers. The Chargers are going to go all out to try to win that game. The Chargers will beat the Raiders. I think the Raiders and Saints game is going to be interesting because they don't have Alvin Kamara and those things. So I think it is possible for the Tennessee Titans to get the number 2 spot in the draft.
Right.
I actually do. I think it's possible. A lot has to happen, but not really, because if the Vegas Raiders win, here's the thing too. They're 2-12. If they win, I don't know where that puts us because we have the same record, right? I'm not sure if they will overseed us. I just mentioned I think we're going to lose every game. So I'm saying we're going to win 3 wins all season. That's all that needs to happen for us to possibly be in the top 3, top 4. Yes, but I think it really depends on the Raiders.
Mm.
I'm saying we have a shot.
Right.
Maybe a 10% shot, Jacques, to finish number 2, dude. And if we
It's
do, draft a quarterback, bro.
yeah, it's not out of reach. Now you're right. We do hypothetically, because I think it goes off the strength of schedule too, and I'm not.
Yep.
I think it does. I think it does go off the strength of schedule. So we have to look at the Titans' strength of schedule versus the Raiders and the Giants' strength of schedule,
Yep.
and go from there. But now, I mean, the position that we're in now, man, we that's how sucky teams start to become good, if that makes sense.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, we'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see. We'll see. So, all right, folks. Well, listen, we're going to get into our favorite part of the show, man. Hey, we appreciate all the comments, man. You guys are throwing out some fire comments out there, man. Shout out to everybody in the comment section. Tennessee T. We got Tulsa Titan Johnny Hubs. We got that boy T. Kelly in the building. You know what I'm saying? We got Jay Burks in the building. We got Devin Carruthers in the building. Hey, man, Jay Burks. Hey, we appreciate everybody in the comments, man. So we're going to get into our favorite part of the show, Jacques. As we already know, man, the live chop up. We ask you all to throw some questions and comments out there, man. We're going to pull up those questions and we're going to fire off answers. Let's get it done.
All right, Tulsa Titan says, if we did get the second pick, who we taking? Hawk, if you had the second pick in the overall 2025 draft, the Titans are picking second. Who are you taking?
Who's available at quarterback? It's on the Giants. If the Giants pick Shador, cool, we pick Cam. If they pick Cam, cool, we pick Shador. It's a quarterback, no question about that. The question would be more on if it's Shador, would Dion allow that to happen, right? Would Dion say, nah, he ain't going to Tennessee, man. I want him to go to the Raiders. The Raiders might be picking 3 or something. Can we try to work out something? And if I'm Rand Carthon, I'm like, oh, is that what you want to do? Okay, cool. Well, let's trade up. But we're gonna grab 2 or 3 more picks by doing that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying one of the quarterbacks, Shot. What about you, bro?
Now, hypothetically, if that says that does happen and you move up you move down to 3, taking Travis Hunter. No questions. We got 2 or 3 picks. We got a generational talent. Blah blah blah. Now I'm taking a quarterback. I'm with you because you got to turn the ship, man, and you got to turn it. And they need to do their homework and just put in the work. But that's for me. Let me see. We got another question. Do you guys think we go after a veteran quarterback in free agency? I don't think the quarterback prospects in this draft are game-changing quarterbacks. I mean, you do have options in free agency, so that's another discussion. You got the bridge option. The bridge option, you got Justin Fields. You have Darnold from Minnesota, but I don't foresee Minnesota giving him up. I just don't. I mean, it'd be stupid if they did. You got Cousins. You got okay talent out there, if that makes sense. But if I was to choose one of them, I'm going younger. I'm going Fields. It sounds crazy, but I'm going Justin Fields. I'm not going Derek Carr because I've seen what Derek Carr can do, and people in New Orleans do not like Derek Carr. I'm just gonna keep that straight 100 with you. They not rocking with dude. So that's me. What about you, Hawk?
I think, man, if we do get a bridge quarterback, Justin Fields, Hendon Hooker, and those guys, I think there's opportunities there to get one of those guys. It depends on where we draft. You know what I mean? If we are in the draft, we can't get a quarterback. Cool. So
Right.
get you a young bridge quarterback.
Yep.
I've heard people say Kirk Cousins and guys like that. I'd rather have get a 1-year deal, see what he's about. And if he's
Yep.
good, you keep it going, right? And if not, then
Yep.
you draft in 2026. If we can't draft a quarterback, and again, this is not a heavy quarterback draft. It's not.
Right.
So if you're able to pick in the top 2 and get your young QB, man, you better go for it. Because again, that means we suck. We're 3 and freaking 12, bro. We are terrible.
Yep.
So depends on where we draft. Then you should get a bridge quarterback for sure.
Right. I agree. Jay Burke says, "Do y'all think they trade the pick?" I'd say it depends. Can you afford to trade the pick? That's my question. Right.
That's a hell of a point, Jock.
Why you have a lot of holes on this team? Only way I would trade picks is if my team was maybe I wouldn't even say. Let me say I would say even 75% complete, and we can fix holes in free agency. That's the only way I'm trading down. When I need players, when I need talent, I probably might stay and get the BPA, best player available. That's me. What about you, Hawk? You think we trade the pick?
So it depends on where we pick. So if we pick 2 and we need a quarterback, no, you keep the pick. But if we are picking 3 and say Travis Hunter gets picked 2nd and a team really wants a quarterback, right? Where we don't currently have a lot of trade capital. Oh, that number 3 is a trade capital, bro. That number 3 is sitting there dangling like, hey, just like bait on a fishing pole. Hey, if this is what you want, cool. But you better give us 2 first-round picks. Or give us a first round, only maybe trade down maybe a few picks down and get an extra second or an extra third. Like I'm saying, like I want 3 picks for this pick 3. I need at least 3 early picks. So if we pick 2nd, no. Anything after that and a quarterback's not available, why not? Let's see what y'all talking about. I'm Rand Carthon. Let's chop because we need players, bro.
I agree.
Yep.
So DN for you says he was at the game. He says we should move Latham to right tackle and draft a left tackle. I'm not drafting no left tackles in the first round. I mean, you can, but that's another project that you. So think about this: if we draft another tackle, you run the risk of you starting the clock over, right? Now you have to rebuild that offensive line. I'm going through free agency to get my left tackle or right tackle, whatever we do. That way, you already have a quote unquote proven person that you can throw money to, and he can come in and learn the system, do what he got to do. He's already proven that he can block. I can't afford any more projects. 2nd round, if you want to get a left tackle to throw in there as a project or as a future, whatever, that's cool. But for me, just personally, we've done this and we've seen the same projects, sort of same song and dance we see with this losing season. You move him to the right tackle, go get free agent, get you a left tackle, pair that marriage, then go from there. What about you, Hawk?
Yeah, so I think too, man, like so shout out to DN for you, man, at the Indianapolis Colts game. Shout out to you, man, supporting the Titans, man. Big time, big time. So I think, man, if we do move Latham to right tackle, we better have a good free agent left tackle. I agree with you, Jacques. I'm not drafting a left tackle. We got other needs, man. Left tackle is not a need because Latham can play left tackle. He could be better at right tackle, but it's not a need. It's not a hole, right? It's preference. So if you're gonna get a left tackle, it better be an established young free agent. So if not, keep him.
Johnny Hood says, how many holes do you think we can patch in free agency? Well, again, we talked about the tackle spot. So you're either going to rock with right tackle or left tackle. You need to get you a right tackle, in my opinion. You need to pay some money, spend that there. Got quite a few holes. I'd like to see another. I would actually like to see a premier tight end come in on this offense, right? I know it's probably, I have to look at the free agency list for tight ends, but I would like to see a proven tight end come in here, and you can move Chi to that 2nd tight end slot where I think he would thrive. We need another receiver, but I'm not going receiver. I'm not doing no more receivers in the free agency market because we've done that same song and dance. We need to get younger. On defense, we went out and did our linebacker thing. We've patched the DB. So I wouldn't go on a huge spending spree this free agency because I kind of already seen the list and it's not impressive, if that makes sense. But I would focus on right tackle for sure. If I can get me a premier right tackle in free agency, I'll throw some money there for sure. Because
Yeah.
today we didn't talk about the offensive line. I feel like the offensive line blocked pretty well today. I did.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
did. So I feel like they're gelling a lot more better. But that's for me. What about you, Hawk?
We have a lot of holes, man. I don't think any player honestly is secure in their spot on offense or defense. It's like it's guaranteed. Like I think it's wide open. So that answer the answer is how many holes is infinite. Infinite. So, Jacques, when you speak upon BPA, to me, that lets me know that, okay, it doesn't matter who we draft. We
Mhm,
need players, right?
mhm.
So we have all holes, pause. Like, you know what I'm saying, throughout. We just need, you know what I'm saying? We need players, man, all over the field, man. So,
Yeah.
yep.
So, uh, Devane says, "What are you guys? What are you guys' evaluation for the coaching staff this year? And what needs to
Ooh.
be fixed? Please fire Coach Anderson."
Yeah.
um, hey, I got good questions. With the coaching staff this year, from the evaluation standpoint, firing Coach Anderson, yeah, that was on my list, but we haven't really stunk it up in special teams in the past 2 or 3 games. But you need to evaluate that particular piece of it. Um, I would prefer, again, I know this might not happen, but I would prefer to bring in an actual play caller, a true play caller that can take the responsibilities from Callahan and let Callahan focus on head coaching. That's just me from a preparation standpoint. I don't want to give it to Colt, whatever that dude's name is. I don't feel like he ever called plays. I want a proven play caller that is up and coming or that is least proven that can come in and do that. That's for me.
Right.
That's my wish for this evaluation. I evaluate the coaching staff. To me, if I got to grade them, they get a C, almost a D. If I got to fix something, I don't want Callahan calling plays. Nothing against him. I just don't like my coach doing it if he hasn't done it before. That's just me. What about you, Hawk?
Yeah. Yeah, I think the evaluation of this coaching staff for me is very poor. Offensive and special teams definitely bad. Defense a little bit better, though inconsistent. I think the coaching staff this season has been an epic failure. I did not go into the season thinking that this will be a rebuild year. Vegas didn't even think that. Vegas had the Titans winning 6 games this year, right? 6, right? And we're at 3 wins and might not win no more games. So that is an epic failure to where I might give this team's coaching staff a D minus, damn near an F. That's how bad I felt that the coaching staff was this year. But I'm giving them some cushion because you have a rookie head coach. You got Denard Wilson his first year here. So I'm giving cushion where I'm not saying it's an F, but I am saying that I felt the coaching staff this year, fire Coach Anderson, absolutely. Special teams was the worst in the league this year. At the end of the day, you got to look at, okay, where do we fall in here? Where do we get better? We didn't get better this year. We didn't. Now, we could put the blame on, the poor player Will Levis. Yes, that's probably a good half of it, right? That pretty much dictated how we played for the rest of the season. But that ain't the only problem. That's not the only problem. We got a lot of problems. And I think coaching staff is a part of it. I still would give them another year for sure for them to get better, but I would evaluate everything. You know what I'm saying? I would. I would.
I think I'm a little bit more patient on the coaching staff because of this is the first year of them doing this. I kind of give grace to first year anything. To be honest with you, that's just me because I know this stuff is hard and trying to put together this. I judge you in your second and in your third year if you get a third year because this league is very short. But this next year is really when I'm really going to put the clamp down and say, okay, Callahan, it's your time to get your stuff together. If it's not, then I don't know if you'll be here another year, 3, year 2, whatnot. So I'm a little bit more patient in that aspect. And if you do fire Coach Anderson, you better bring in somebody that's ace when it comes to special teams because that's gonna be the problem with this team. I'm gonna tell y'all is this carousel crap that we keep got going on. We either firing somebody on the coaching staff, we firing in somebody in the leadership position, we firing. It's just no continuity with nothing, and we don't have as a fan base to enough just nuance to be patient. So I think that's another thing that we got to learn. And that's I put the accountability on Rand and I put the accountability on especially on Amy and Rand because they haven't said nothing to the fan base to say, hey, this is reassurance. This is how we're going to fix this. This is what we're going to do. My plea to them is once this season is over, get on Monday. Once the season is out, everybody's locker room is cleaned out. I need y'all to get up there. I need y'all to talk to the fan base. I need y'all to talk to us and let us know, hey, everything's gonna be okay. We're working on this. We need to evaluate this. We don't need no sneaky stuff. We don't need to hear nothing. Well, we'll get back to you on this. No, we need transparency. And I think that's the thing. As a fan base, we need to start holding leadership and ownership accountable for how this thing is taking place. Because I can blame Rand, I can blame Callahan all day, but at the end of the day, Amy and Rand put this whole thing together. So it's time to hold somebody accountable to the point where we can say, okay, hey, this is what we need to do. We kind of already spoken with our tickets, right? Nobody's at the games no more. It just is what it is, right? Just not.
Right.
So.
Right. Okay. Well, listen, we want to say, hey, we do see there's other questions, y'all, but as far as our time here, hey, listen, we want to say thank you all for joining the show, man. We really do. We really appreciate y'all, man. And if you're watching us on any other platform, I meant to say this earlier, again, it's live on Bleacher Report, not on any other platform or whatever. And we still see your comments and everything. It's just not live there. But again, the Tennessee Titans with the loss today against the Indianapolis Colts, 38-30. The Tennessee Titans are now 3-12 with another loss, an AFC South loss at that as well, too. And again, we appreciate everybody's time. Shout out again to Bleacher Report, man. Hey, we here, we rocking. For those, again, that have not followed us on here on Bleacher Report, do that now. Lorenzo_the Hawk. We got Jacques at Jacques Merrill. We're on Instagram. We're on YouTube, Tennessee Titans Weekly, Apple, Spotify. We out there, Jacques.
And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please go over there and subscribe. We usually have live shows where y'all, these great questions that y'all have, come through, chop it up with us, man, and propose these questions when we do our live shows over there as well, because we can got a longer time to discuss this stuff. But if you haven't, subscribe to all those platforms. Also, again, shout out to Bleacher Report. Thank y'all for giving us this opportunity, and thank y'all for watching the show and participating, man, because without y'all, we wouldn't be here. So again, y'all, it's Christmas week. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Y'all be safe. Bleacher Report, thanks to y'all. Merry Christmas to y'all. And
exactly.
Take us out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. Well, listen, as we always say, and as we always do, y'all, facts.
No paper.
Merry Christmas.